is Daf Yomi Yerushalmi in the article Ozvar the edition, Daf Nun Vav, Nun Vav Amrav, the second line, Masnis Pliga Rabbi Yochanan, which in the Vilna edition is on Chav Vav Amud Beis. Hard to find. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, about 13 lines down. Masisa Pliga Rabbi Yochanan. Okay, so this is Reb Chaim. I refer to it. Masisa Pliga Rabbi Yochanan. So the following brisa argues on Rabbi Yochanan, not the one we learned, before, but the brisa we're about to see. Now, Rabbi Yochanan had said that Rabbi Yochanan Amar Ein Adam Mevi Masroisa B'Tevas Hanoah. There is no by Meiser. There is no Tobas Hanoah. It doesn't want. At some point, I guess the Kohanim would come and seize, or the Levine come and seize the Meiser who wasn't given properly. So Masisa Plik Rabbi Yochanan Amar Hu Yisrael. If Yisrael told another Yisrael, Helach Sela Zeh, take this Sela, V'tein Bechor Zeh, and give this Bechor which you have, Leben Biti Kohen, to my grandson who's a Kohen, the son of my daughter who happens to marry a Kohen. So there must be Tovas Hanoah. He can charge. He's getting paid for it. So that ain't the call Tovas Hanoah Godam Mizeh, right? So Pata law. So Rabbi Yochanan would answer this, but Rotzli no Lishnai Kohanim. This guy wants to give it to two Kohanim. He has a choice among two. Uven Bito Achad Mehem, and I guess he has more than one. Not he has more than one Bechor. But you know, Lishnayim Kohanim. No, it's a half. It is a half. He gave one. He wants to give 1 to 2 Kohanim. And one of them is this guy's a grandson. It says, take the sel, take kulon leben biti kohen. Give all of them to my my grandson who is a kohen. So the Ritba says, since anyway, this person would have given half of it to that grandson. Lo mechse kinose meiser b'tovas hanoah. It doesn't look like he's giving his meiser through tovas hanoah. Okay, the says further. Bonku Rabbi Zira. They asked for Rabbi Zira. Be'ador Kohen liYisrael ma. In the case of Yisrael, to a Kohen, what's the story? Mad Rabbi Yossi B'Chinina Omar. If he's going, Rabbi Yossi said there is Tovas Hanoah. Is he going to allow to? Shaitos explains is that if according to Rabbi Yossi B'Chinina, if you would you allow a Kohen to give Yisrael a seller money in order that he should give his matanos to another Kohen? In other words, he can't give for himself, but can you give a Yisrael money that he should give it ma'aser to another, his matanos to another Kohen? And the Rabbi so does bring down the Bavli and Bechoros Daf Chav Zayin. Amrav asks it explicitly, but Yerushalmi is asking as a question. Brother Kohen Yisrael Mad Rabbi Yossi Amar. What's a funny language? Does he fix the language here? Um, uh, uh, Lo akivun. They didn't respond. Um, so that what I just told you is the Shai Teres Eretz Yisrael. Reb Chaim says the question is direct. The question is, in other words, can a Kohen give money to Yisrael to give him his matanos? If you tell us his mammon, so that means like Rabbi Yosef Chanina. So therefore, maybe you can give them money. You can pay to get the matanos. So it's not like Shai Teretz Yisrael talking in a case about a third party, which would be in line with the Bavli, but it's talking about he himself giving money for that purpose. Anyway, Lo Givun, he didn't respond. Rabbi Chizkiah b'shem Rabbi Acha Amar Hachin Amar Loi. So this is what he actually said to him. And I'm going here in Shai Teretz Yisrael again. Adaita, the Aldaite, it says Rabbi Yisrael, so changes it to Rabbi Yochanan. Kohen so lama aser. Why can't a Kohen give money to Yisrael? Again, Kohen to Shai Yisrael, talking about to give to another Kohen. Why is that? So, lo named Maris Ayin is not a Maris Ayin dika prohibition. Of said Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Yosef Chanina, Islay, Kohen Yisrael, Asim named Maris Ayin. Right? In other words, it looks bad. So it's bad optics. So therefore, it is awesome. The so the Reb Chaim here does not change this. He says, Daito Rabbi Yisrael Kohen Yisrael Lama Kohen Yisrael Lama Aser Levnei Marisayin of Rabbi Yochanan Yisrael Aser Mivnei Marisayin. Very different. According to this, Rabbi Yochanan Taka holds that Tova Sanah is Mammon. It's only Aser because Marisayin. Right? It's not. Of course, the Tova said there you have the right to give it to whoever you want, but and you can get paid for that too. Mikradin. For kind of Maris Ayin, it's Aser. So work out also because Rabbi Shai Teretz Yisrael. That Rabbi Yochanan Kohen Yisrael Lamu Aser. Lam Ibnei Maris Ayin. So Lam Ibnei Maris Ayin. Have Rabbi Yosef Chanina Islay Kohen Yisrael Aser Ibnei Maris Ayin. I guess so. Same thing because Rabbi Yochanan is saying it's also because of Maris Ayin. Amar Rabbi Amar Rabbi B. There's something missing here. Amar Rabbi Yossi, the Reb Chaim changed it. Amar Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Boon, Amar Rabbi Yossi, just Amar Rabbi Yossi. No, Amar Rabbi Yossi, Rabbi Boon. Chilu Kachim Yeshkan. There's a Chilu Kachim. We're paying for it. But Amar Rabbi Marisayin, you're going to say it's just a Marisayin? They can think, come on. There's a Chilu Kachim to pay for it. Old Minado, and I'll show it to you. I'll prove it to you from the following raya, from the following evidence. Now the uh, later on the Brisa will explain how it could be an Isser Mamish. In any event, the Tani we learned Takwani Balvim Masayim Beis Agronos, Kohen baby who are assisting in the silos. Ain, and the Shaitan puts in no steam. Ain no steam lohem. You don't give them low truma v'lo meiser. Nothing harei zechilul. Here's the source. The chilul shenemar. It says v'lo yechalu shein es kodshay b'nei Yisrael. They should not. The Kohanim Levim should not desecrate the kodshay b'nei Yisrael. They mechalin also, and they mechalo it by taking money for it. Yosef or by working in the silos and then receiving it. Yosef Karamba, but more than this, they said Shumas and Truma, Soisab Enam Meiser, Hektesh and a Hektesh. In this cases where there's kind of like this knunya that you're giving uh, you're giving to a person who helped you out in the goren, that's like it's as if you never give truma. That doesn't mean literally you didn't give truma, but it's tantamount to that. Um, the But that says it's as if Shmas and Truma says a Ma'aser Mikdash and Hekdesh. V'leim Akasa V'Omer concerning this, the pasuk says Rashea b'Sheichad Yishpotu. The pasuk in Micha. I'm not sure it's pasuk in Micha. Pasuk in Micha was the next pasuk. So I'm not sure where this pasuk is. Rashea b'Sheichad Yishpotu. It's heads judged with bribery. The Kohanim Mechir Yoru and its Kohanim ruled for a price. Welcome maybe Sholosh Peronios. And yeah, I guess but possibly and for correspondence, Shem brings 3 travails on the Jewish nation. Adad Dichsiv, is that which it says? Achem b'gachem Tzion Sodet Acharash. Because of you, Tzion will be plowed under like a field. And we present what the other 2 Puranas are. The other 2 Puranas there mentioned. And nobody reads them down here. Okay, whatever they are in Micha. Masisapli Rabbi Yechanan. The following brisa seems to argue Rabbi Yechanan. It's Mishnah, I think. Where is it? Kiddushin B'choros. Okay, I think it's a Mishnah. Masisa pliga al Rabbi Yochanan. Hamakadosh b'chumas u'maisros u'matonos. Somebody is makadosh b'chumas u'maisros or matnos kuhuna. V'mei chatos or with water from paraduma. Or efer chatos or the ash paraduma. Harezim kudeshes. The woman is mekudeshes. Afa pishi Yisrael. Even though makadosh is Yisrael. How's it his? What's he giving? What's the value? Zechora means the Tovas Hano Mammon. His right to give it to whoever he wants is worth money, and he's displaying that right on his bride. So that Zechora is how the kedusha is taking place. Patalo. So says Gemara, no, not necessarily. It's because we talk about b'tshuma shenafalo me avi imo kohen. It could be Taka owns the truma here, which he got from his grandfather, who's a Kohen, and that's why he has possession of it. Kohen Shemachas Yisrael. A Kohen who sells a field to a Yisrael. V'amar alone, he says to him, I'm not your Meiser Shali, I'm consulting you in addition that I get the Meisers. A Meiser Shalo, the Meiser says, Mal Shimkrol a Kohen. Can he sell it to a Kohen? So we Bazan's Perush. Ima Kohen Shemachal Yisrael, the Kohen sold to Yisrael, Shita the Shabbatami, I understand that he can reserve the right to Chumas Meiser. But the question is, in Kohen Shemachal a Kohen. Kohen told another Kohen, Omar, he said, at Meiser, Kohen Acher, sorry. In Kohen Shemachal a Kohen Acher, es Meiser Sodeu. A Kohen sell to another Kohen the Meiser from his field. And so the Gemara answers, Ma'oshim Kurla Kohen, Ishmin Madah. The Rosh Hashanah Loki said, "Hamoicha Meiser Son Chaver, somebody who sells the Meiser of his field to his friend, Lo Asa Klum. It's meaningless." So the Baz says, "Ivshar Ella Ba'oimer Lo Klosh Min HaKarka Zeh Shetin L'cha Echad Me'asar Shabo." Actually, I know I read the Baz. Let's see, it's probably inside here. No, it's not. So where do you get it from? From where we had previously. One of the we had this already. Take pluck from the field and that way Kli shows is according to Yerushalmi, and then you acquire 1/10 of it. Avo Yisrael also, I'm reading the Rbaz. Avo Yisrael also limkar lekohen shitlosh bekarka shikne echem esora shelo kibrashnel. But a Yisrael can't sell to a kohen uh, um, that he should pluck and take a third, take a tenth from the ground. Um, so that is a big buzz. But Rechaim seems to learn that no, yeah, I think they're both learning the same way. The Kohen sells to this Kohen who reserved the words of the mices in the field. Can he sell those mices to another Kohen? So, so the it says no, you can't sell them. And Chaim explains that he says because ain't other market shabolam. I can reserve the right to your mices because that gives you have right in your the field. I just sold you the Kohen say right in your field for the mices which will grow. But I can't sell those mices to a third party, even to a Kohen, because right now it's Dava Shabolam. So what I can say is that you can say to him is that when it grows, then go and be tolish for the karka by the Yisrael who bought it from me in order to acquire it then, but not beforehand. And that's what Gemara says here. Um, that loss it doesn't work. Okay, Vlad shivcha chaver. Similarly, if I sell the vlados of my shivcha to my friend, loss it's meaningless because they don't yet exist. Uh, Ubari behema l'chavem chaver loss if I sell the fetuses, my animal to my friend, loss it doesn't exist. Avir chubas l'chavero loss if I sell you the airspace of my churba, also doesn't exist. Um, uh, what you can do is sell a field, and retain for yourself the right to mises in the field. You can sell a shivcha, retain to yourself the right of blodos. It's like Elon Leperoisav, right? Except here it's keeping the Elon for its pairs. You can sell them an animal with Shiloh Ubara, and you retain for yourself its Ubar. Churba, you can sell a churba Mishayar Lo Avira, and you can retain the Avira because you retain a right in the churba for the avir. So how then can you sell the airspace of your churba to your friend? I'll tell you. Just like Rabbi said before. Avira. Uh, the this is where the Rabbi got it, obviously, from here, not from before. Here it is, right here. So the flesh of churba zekadesh, you take the avira, pluck something from this churba in order to be kind its avir. So you're kind of in the churba, the portion of its avir. And also, in the case of the maestros, to pluck from the ground, so you can acquire 1/10 of this. In other words, eventually you'll be able to do this, but when it's bought, that you um, um, uh, that eventually, whatever, that klisha gives him a koyach in the karka, but that has to be something to be toilish in order to make that kinyan. Presumably, the other type of kinyan can work as well. According to Malchus Soli, so according to fellow Sol the filthy, so if Amalei said to so I'm not sure Meister Shli nor the condition of Meisters belong to me. Meister Shalom. Fine, it says mace, but if he dies, and the butt of Meisters. It's only to him. The children have no right of inheritance. Leave the or she. If he says so me and my son, for me and my heir, yesh lo Meisters, ubanim Meisters, yoshim Meisters. So it does carry over. Rabbi Yudan Bar Shalom, Balkum Rabbi Yossi. I could do Yoshim Shem Dvar Torah. That makes sense by Yoshim who are Divrei Torah Yoshim. In other words, you don't point them to Yoshim, they get it automatically. I feel Yoshim Shem Dvar Torah. It's true by Yoshim which are not Divrei Torah. In other words, it's you point them. You call them Maisros. The emotion, another claim saying next word to Shali. Calls Machu for Necha, but as long as the field is yours, you are Maisa Shalo. Calls Machu I'm not sure parsing, but I was obviously not parsing this correctly. Shilkom Maisrus Shali calls Manchu Lefanecha. Right. Okay. Shil Maisrus calls Manchu Lefanav. This really, I guess, it doesn't actually answer the question of Yorshim, because this seems to be a new thing. So Chaim says that the case of Yorshim and Dvar Torah is Baal Nichse Ishto, according to the opinion that's the Rabbanan. Okay, but I think it could be like a Yoresh, which was appointed like by the Matna Shechima, or perhaps something like that. Okay, but in any event, this is a new thing here, so it doesn't really answer that question. And then it goes on to the new thing of Shukol Ma'aser Shali calls Manchul Fanecha. Okay, so we'll leave that for tomorrow because that's already a new thing, and it's on the next number.